Yo, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is more Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist.
That's right. This is 19 and 20 of the only season of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, a show that had more horse questions last episode, and we were having some flashbacks with Attack on Titan. I'm sorry. I will never again ask how long it takes a horse to go somewhere in any of our reactions, I promise.
Yeah. Illegal.
If you want the full length reaction, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly. But if you don't, stay here because you're already here. And we're going to watch this dang show. So let's get into it.
Elizabeth! Hey! What's going on?
All right.
Starting off with a bang.
Literally. What are we going to do? Edward Elric is 10 days in the desert somewhere.
We were at Anime Expo. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a really good Ed cosplay.
Not a lot of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood cosplay.
No.
I was disappointed.
No.
Show up, anime community. I want to see more FMAB.
No. Everyone's too busy with Genshin.
That's so true. When that Genshin anime drops, it's going to be feral.
I'm going to have to pick someone to cosplay too, because like, I can't be left out.
Lose it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I think that of the two opening themes, so far, this is my preferred of the two. Okay. This song feels like the show to me.
I gotta find them. This could lead us straight to the person who killed Lieutenant Hughes.
Okay. Just be careful.
I will.
Fine, just a 13-year-old suit of armor going on a secret stealth mission.
He's like 14 now.
Hawkeye.
Then it's time to eat you.
He's such a cute pup. If the dog dies, I riot. Of course the dog saves the fucking day. Let's go.
I get to have dinner and dessert.
Just in time. Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Are you a complete idiot?
Yeah, fine. That's it. I'm an idiot. Happy?
Yeah, whatever you say.
Who was that fat guy?
He looks like Astro Boy in his animation.
Don't leave a single trace.
And you stay right by the sergeant's side, Hayate.
Sir!
He's best boy.
Tell me later. Let's just stay focused on the mission for now.
Sir.
She's got crush.
Get in.
Yes, sir.
I forgot about his G.I. Joe outfit.
Are you trying to go after Mr. Hughes' murderer?
You win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have an Ouroboros tattoo, did he?
A tattoo? Well, actually, yeah. On his tongue.
Probably dealing with a homunculus.
Watch it, Mustang!
What are you saying, Al? That's just not possible.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Until I got kidnapped by a homunculus.
I love this driving exposition scene.
I have to believe you.
Hold on. I rendered Fat Boy down to a bubbling puddle back there. Are you telling me he's still alive?
Yeah, he's fine.
Wonderful. Just a never-ending parade of freaks lately, huh?
Be careful with your language. You're talking to a suit of armor. You might be sensitive.
So this ties them directly to the military. That's all we need for now. We're pulling back.
Well, you have fun with that!
Get back here! It's our lucky day.
Huh?
Because we can chase him and make it seem like we're not. Yep,
All personnel must evacuate immediately! My men will handle his capture. Order your guards to seal off the exits. Yes, sir!
Rad. Look at Mustang using his noggin. I love that this clusterfuck was the mission that he didn't want Ed in town for.
I have no idea. But whatever they did here was painful for someone.
Bone saws.
It's bad enough that you stood me up on our date.
Hey, Havoc. Your girl's got the tattoo.
Yeah, first I've seen it, sir.
The fuck was...
It's not very polite.
You've always been a sucker for big boobs. I can't help it! I love them!
Fair.
The motion of her boobs was so funny.
Wish I could do that.
Because she had to do it intentionally.
How merciless. Did you pick that up in Ishval? Huh? Indeed, how very astute of you, Jean. But I doubt you've seen this one.
That movie's slick.
Take a good look, boys. It's a philosopher's stone. It's not just a legend, it's my heart.
The homunculuses in this show are more than willing to give up information about themselves.
Yeah.
Too slow! Oh no, did I get your ignition glove all wet? Silly me.
Honestly, that's how I run from women under normal circumstances, so.
A simple transmutation and we've got hydrogen gas.
Let's go! I like when the alchemy is more elemental than just like, I made a sword. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that is playing with the concept of it in a really fun way.
Mm-hmm.
This was a gift from one of my ex-girlfriends. Man.
Dude, you got problems.
Get rid of it.
So stay alert.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fuck!
Give up! There's nothing you can do that'll kill me.
Then you won't mind if I borrow this!
Mustang! Lust is already out of the show? What the fuck?
It seems like you should buy a dinner
Oh, what?
before you stick your hand in her chest.
No!
That's my favorite line.
What the? This episode's amazing. Holy shit.
I told you. The Philosopher's Stone's my core.
I thought he was gonna like shove it in John's mouth, and then he was gonna like become Lust. Whoa, what?
I guess a body just can't hold up with someone else's soul being shoved inside of it.
That's the door from God, right?
Yeah, you and Mr. Gallantry.
That's enough of the casual chit-chat, Lust! All I want to hear from you is screaming!
Harry's like the best part of the show. That's sad. I loved him.
He's pretty great.
He was just a goofy goober.
So when you said you'd already had to kill someone... You bitch!
Ooh. That's some adult language, Hawkeye. I just want her to keep pulling guns out of places.
I know, right? Yeah.
Are you done?
This is doing such a good job at setting up just how scary the homunculuses are. Like, this episode is so effective at that.
Yep.
Such a sad and weak creature. Another typical human.
Stand up, Lieutenant. You need to get out of here.
Let's go, Al! Oh!
Such a shame. You are a perfect candidate.
Al.
I'm sick of watching people die, and I can't just sit back and take it anymore.
Well spoken. I couldn't agree more.
Let's go, Mustang. Okay. It takes time to regenerate, so as long as they start running, they might, you know, at least escape a little bit.
Looks like I can get you on your knees after all.
That felt unnecessary.
He's using the flint for ignition.
Oh, wow.
Mutation circle into his hand.
Did he take his shirt off? God damn, Mustang. Fuck.
but I'd like to try and prove you wrong.
Jesus Christ. No, the Fury's gonna be right behind him. Oh, this is so dark. Holy fucking shit. What is happening? Do they have the behind the scenes footage of Laura Bailey recording this?
I hope so.
In the booth? Did he just pull a combustion man? Oh, no, that's her hand. Okay.
You killed me. I hate losing.
Wait, actually?
It's coming. It's coming.
Holy flip my table and call me a Wednesday. Jesus Christ.
Please.
What is this show? You might have to build him a new mouth, but...
Nah, you can...
Hey. I'm home now.
The medal has to come from somewhere, though. Maybe just shove it inside.
Welcome back!
Okay. Thanks.
It is just... That's a good joke. Ed is just in the middle of the desert somewhere on a horse, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
That was way too damn close. I hope someone can fix me. Don't do it! Wait! Don't stop, please!
Is he back in his old body now?
No, he's dead. He got murdered by his flesh bag.
Holy shit! Oh fuck! Oh my god! What is happening? This episode is fantastic.
Brendan's gonna have a field day with this one.
Sup? That was fantastic. That was like incredible.
Some good shit.
This is what I love about the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's by getting rid of all the shit that I'm like, it doesn't work for me. Because the tone of this episode was like flawless. Even the jokes were so character driven.
Mm-hmm.
Like the animism of him liking the boobies is driven by his character.
Yeah.
And his relationship with her. And so like that moment works because it's supported by something.
Yeah.
And so, like, this whole episode was just so fucking... Like, that was one of my favorite episodes of any anime I've ever watched.
Damn.
It's not quite the finale of Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which I think might be my favorite episode of anime ever.
Sure.
But, like, that is, like, a top episode of an anime I've ever seen. That was remarkable.
High praise.
It was funny. The action was incredible to watch.
It was.
I can't believe Lust is dead. I thought she was, like, endgame villain. I also thought she was going to be Ed's villain, weirdly. And maybe she comes back, like, she can be made, right? So, like, I don't know. But, like, that was great. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
The stakes were high.
I didn't realize that all of that was in one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in my head, it was, like, more spread out. But, yeah.
It is so funny to me that this crazy shit is happening and Ed is on a fucking donkey somewhere.
Yeah.
Just, like, miserable trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with his life.
Well, and then he
runs into his dad.
Daddy is home.
Who's also a 7,000-year-old homunculus-making monstrosity of a man. Who has Horcruxes or some shit. I don't know.
I'm like, eh?
It is so funny that Lust loses and dies this episode because she meets Mustang and is like, here's how you kill me.
Yep. Well, and it wasn't really how.
Yeah, that's true.
It just like the stone like kind of just ran out. Like it was like
that shot though. Oh my god, when he's holding her heart and then she like grows around it. That was horrifying. That was legitimately horrifying.
Throw dinner first before you stick your hand in her chest.
Yeah, that was funny. The motion of her boobies was
that was impressive.
That was
I would like
great.
to learn how to do that.
That was that with the Greed episodes. Like that's the shit that I love about this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's weird to me because there are whole episodes that drop all the like weird shit about the show that maybe doesn't work for me as much. And they're consistently the best episodes because they don't feel distracted by nonsense. Like there was no nonsense in this episode. It was a strong narrative from beginning to end that was tonally consistent. Like that was just fucking great TV the whole way through.
Yeah.
And I'm into it. I'm like high off of that. That was sick.
Should we watch the next episode then?
Yeah. Let's do it.
You didn't want to be reminded of what you've done. And thought you could erase the memory by destroying the evidence.
Wow, this guy's a prick.
You don't know a damn thing! You make me sick to my stomach.
He's exactly like I was when I was his age.
When was that, Dad? 600 years ago? 900 years ago? How old are you? I thought he was going to show up and be like strangely charming. Kind of like the Führer. So him being a cold asshole is interesting.
All these years. And you look exactly the same. Where have you been all this time? Why didn't you come back sooner?
Are they drinking tall glasses of wine?
Why not? It's going to be a rough night.
For all that those boys sacrificed, you're saying that thing they created wasn't even their mother?
Then for the time being, well, you're impervious to pain and you don't have to eat. It sounds like a great deal to me.
No, it isn't! You don't know what you're talking about!
Never eating would be like my hell.
Yeah. So defensive of the boys.
Take your shoes off.
Yeah, seriously. They're like, we can't animate young women's feet in an anime. So,
yeah.
Shoes in bed.
I guess I can't fall asleep. I don't think this body will let me. Oh.
It's so fucking sad.
We make monsters.
Edward, why did you leave me here like this?
Ed, get out of bed already. Your father's about to head out.
She's being very accommodating to him, considering he had abandoned those kids.
Yeah. Nicer than I would have been.
Something terrible is going to happen in this country soon. You should escape while you can.
This country's lousy with terrible things.
Eh.
I've got other people who need me here in case they want to come home.
I've given you my warning.
You're a totally normal dude. He needs to leave his hair down more. This is a sick look.
Oh, for Ed?
Ed, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they about to dig up his mom? Or the body of...
You're not really gonna dig it up, are you, Ed?
This is fucking dark as shit. Did his dad do something to him? Or is he just like stress vomiting?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Mom's hair was a light chestnut color. This is black.
This fever, it's much too long. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid this isn't your mother, Ed.
Oh my god, this is so fucking bleak. But don't worry, next week Ling will be like...
From the moment I made this thing, it's been a symbol of my despair. But not anymore. Now it's an emblem of hope. Al can be returned to normal.
I guess that's the lesson we learned here.
I need to ask you something, teacher. But, well...
This episode is called Ed Finally Uses a Phone.
I'm sorry to ask you this, but the child you transmuted... Are you sure that it was your child that you brought back?
Ed, what were you trying to accomplish?
I need him to know I couldn't keep my promise. I died before he did, and I'm so sorry.
But he does care about you and your brother.
Yeah, I'll pass it on right after I clock him in the face.
It's kind of evil, Granny.
Al's probably mad at me. I'm gonna have plenty of explaining to do.
You were gone almost a month, so Al's got some reasonable concerns.
But how are you this beat up? And you! What the hell are you doing here? The homunculus and bury the chopper. And just to throw a cherry on top, you find out your body might reject your soul.
Yeah, it's kind of just an assumption he just kind of went with in the moment.
Al, I've got to tell you something. I dug up the body that we transmuted in Resembool.
Why would you do that?
Because, Al, I found out that the thing we buried wasn't really our mother.
Because I ran into our father.
Al told me you turned him down.
Mm-hmm. Turned you both down.
Whatever. So the question's for both of you then. What was your reasoning?
I just don't like men who are shorter than me.
So now that we know you remembered something real, then we also know for a fact that really is Al bonded in there.
I really thought he was about to like, when will you marry me? And I was like, where are we going here?
No, yeah.
You think my body's still in the portal? Existing separately from my soul? Like Barry's body!
But then wouldn't Al's body be all like decayed?
Well, it is in a different place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
After the portal, I remember looking at you from inside that thing. The thing we thought was Mom.
You were inside of it? That thing was you? I've come to the conclusion that death is permanent.
So not even transmutation can change that fact.
Interesting.
I thought that I must have missed something, but it was impossible to do in the first place.
Yeah, it's kind of a beautiful, like, conclusion for her, right?
Yeah.
Because closure's nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Especially after so long.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've been brought back to life. Our child wasn't made to suffer twice because of me.
That's how we hug.
I'm a little sus of the fact that he has the same facial hair as their father.
And that's how I've managed to keep going. But now, I can't take it anymore. I can't take all the nights by myself.
Ow.
That's weird. Have his shoulders always been so broad?
Do you not like single mothers?
Oh, God.
I love... We've got fucking Anastasia playing in the background. This insane, like, emotional conversation between two brothers. And the episode ends with, that's weird. Have his shoulders always been so broad?
Well, they didn't want to leave you on, like, a downer. You know what I mean?
It wasn't enough. Them going up the stairs together was pretty fucking inspiring. I was, like, on board.
Sure. I just mean, it was still, like, heavy. And they were like, hey, it's okay.
That was another great episode. That was two really, really, really good episodes of a television show back to back.
Yeah, we love bangers.
I'm a little sad Lust is gone. Mm-hmm. If she's gone. But I'm gonna miss her. I thought she was a great villain. But for the show moving forward, I feel like we have just ended Act 1. I know the show's about 64 episodes.
Somewhere in there, I think.
So I feel like we've reached the conclusion of Act 1 of a 3-act structure.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I would say that it was the smoothest ride consistently across Act 1.
Yeah.
But I will say the second half of it and the overall of it, I think is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if that was the ending of a season, I think that I would be leaving season 1 or whatever very satisfied with my experience.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's like so much that you learn about the world and even some of those things that then get like turned on their head.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way that's not like gotcha. That's like more of like it influences like the characters' like emotional arcs.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be like a weird like bait and switch.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the narrative, and yeah, I love I love them together. They're so good.
Yeah, it was cute. It was very that last scene was cute. The rest of it was very emotional and heavy in a way that I thought it was actually really well handled.
Yeah.
I appreciated the relationship he has with his dad. I felt like those scenes were really well done. His dad and Panaka having not Panaka.
Yeah, I think it's.
Is it Panaka?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Panaka's Padme's bodyguard in Phantom Menace.
Starts with
Panako, maybe.
I don't know.
Panaka's definitely Star Wars. But Granny. I thought like their interactions were super interesting. The amount of wine that they're consuming is concerning, but
don't worry about it.
They had 4 bottles on the table.
I know.
Like,
she's old and he's tall. I don't know.
That's fair. Just like drink it from a wine glass. Like have I don't know. But that's the bartender in me. But no, I thought really strong episodes of TV. Like just the emotionality of these 2 episodes was great.
Yeah.
The interpersonal relationships again was great. That I really wanted Al to be like, "What do you mean? What happened? You were gone for a month."
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna come up.
No, and like, because it kind of feels like Ed was gone for like 3 days, but that's not possible.
Yeah.
Based on the map that I have seen, where Xerxes is over here and Central's here and Russenbull's down here, like it's just not possible. Yeah. It doesn't matter. The show's good, and I'm having a fun time with it. Ed needs to let his hair down more. It's a good look. The ponytail is not as solid for him.
Here's the thing. If she lets her hair down, Winry's gonna lose it. She's gonna fucking lose it. You know what I mean?
Oh, if he does. Yeah.
Yeah. If he lets his hair down.
I'm so curious what's next. Like, I don't know where the show goes from here, because it kind of has to... This was kind of the end of the arc. And it's interesting in that there isn't a very clear direction forward, in my opinion. And Ed and Al have to kind of figure that out. I do hope as we move forward, Ed and Al are a little bit more central to the narrative again. And we get away from some of the like, it's really Mustang show. Or it's really like these other characters kind of interacting with that bad guys. And then our characters come in at the end of it and then have these like wrap-up conversations where Ed and Al learn what the other knows.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we'll get to them kind of leading the charge in this next arc a little bit more. Because when they are like at the center of the show, I think it's at its strongest.
I'll agree with that.
And 2 really fantastic episodes. Like those were definitely the best episodes of the show so far.
Yeah.
Really strong stuff. And then after that's obviously those 2 Greed episodes, which were also fantastic.
Also great. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed that, because that was a ride.
You want to know why I enjoyed it?
Why?
No Ling. Very, 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 very minuscule, unimportant Ling.
I hope I hope to God somehow he just becomes your favorite character.
I would love that. I honestly would love it.
Oh, I know. It's just it would be fun to go back and be like, yeah.
I think my biggest question around Ling is that I would love it. I think the thing that could make him so interesting to me is that people who don't have access to alchemy in this world seem mostly uninterested in it in a way that I think is fascinating. Like all the people who aren't alchemists.
But he's the one who is interested.
No, I know. Oh, and so if that can be set up in a way that makes him interesting, I would love it.
Yeah.
Right now it seems weird because he's like, I came here to learn about alchemy to help my country. And I'm like, I don't really understand what you are hoping to accomplish.
Well, help my country.
Or to help him become king.
Yeah, he wants to be immortal.
Yeah.
But I will agree that I think in the beginning, Ling definitely feels more of a caricature than a character.
And the other characters don't.
Yeah.
He just feels out of place right now.
Yeah.
The last episodes are so dark and they're so adult. They use the word bitch. The show just doesn't feel like it's for kids.
Right.
And so the stuff that is for kids on it feels off.
Right.
Because when,
who is watching
when you
this?
get to Molly Weasley's bitch in the 8th Harry Potter movie,
yeah,
the tone of those movies has consistently slid to be more adult throughout the whole thing, right?
Totally.
And so when you get there, it's earned, and there isn't a bunch of book 1 Harry Potter stuff around it. Mm-hmm. This is episode 19. She's like, you bitch. that's not a kid's word, and it isn't a very kid-friendly scene.
Yeah.
Lust getting fucking emulsified over and over and over again as Laura Bailey screams her beautiful heart out into that microphone. Like, that's not kid shit. And so if you're going to do that in the show, and I think that you should because it's fucking rad, cut the kid shit. I don't need it. And, like, the tone of the stuff that's actually important to the plot in the show is not relevant to that kid shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like there's room for that audience in the show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show this to a 10-year-old. A 13 to 14-year-old, I would. You know what I think?
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of the, like, younger ages comedy that I just don't think is very good. On top of being tonally wrong, I don't think the jokes are very funny. But when the jokes are more in line with the tone of the rest of the show, they are generally pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's weird because I feel like the show almost feels like a need to satisfy an anime thing that it's not very interested in doing well because it's really interested in the stuff that it is good at. And I just wish that it eschewed all that stuff and stuck with what it's good at because it is really fantastic.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I don't know, like sometimes the anime stuff feels obligatory. And that's when it doesn't work for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because even like there was stuff in this where like the animation changed into animeisms and it worked better in these 2 episodes because it was tied into the reality of what the characters were going through in the moment.
Yeah, which is what you said before.
And like that
stuff
is fun. And but this is dark. Like this is not a kid show.
Yeah.
You can't vaporize lust like that and then be like, no, it's for kids. No, that was bleak.
Yeah.
That was not kid shit. That was as bleak as anything on Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
If anything, I would say that was almost more gruesome than Attack on Titan stuff. Because Attack on Titan does not frequently force its voice actors to portray pain like that.
Yeah. The, like, audio experience was, like...
Yeah.
Horrifying.
There's a lot of gruesome visual in Attack on Titan. There isn't that gruesome of an audio.
Yeah.
And the difference is that the visual is still a drawing. The audio is a real person making those noises, right? And your brain actually cannot tell the difference. Our brains hear media. It's this weird thing where our brains are able to process the visual distinction of media differently than the audio distinction of media. And like in like MRI studies, when you hear someone screaming, your brain, even if you know you're watching a TV show, still processes that as a real scream.
Yeah.
It's just human brains are fascinating.
That's actually so fascinating because when things like get me to cry or be like emotional in a show or a movie, it is the audio trigger. Like that wow, that's really fascinating.
It was a study done. I wish I like remembered where it was, but or like I could like point to it so I could Google it. But it was. I remember reading about this because it was about horror movies and about why jump scares. It had to do with like studying why jump scares required certain audio triggers to scare people. And it's because when you're watching a horror movie, you can visually watch something and not be bothered by it because your brain is able to like say, I am looking at an image in a screen, it's not real. But your ears don't have the same ability to be like, I am hearing a thing that's fake.
Yeah.
Your brain processes all audio as if it's real. And so if the audio in a horror movie is realistic enough, obviously if it's super fake sounding.
Sure.
But, you know, a performer like Laura Bailey is not going to sound fake. She sounds fucking impressive in that moment. Your brain processes it as real pain. Even if the visual you're looking at is a drawing.
I wonder if maybe that has anything to do with why people are falling for these like audio AI scams where you hear someone's voice that you recognize and your brain doesn't stop for a moment to be like, is this real? Whereas like when I see something online, I'm like, is this real? But listening to it is different.
Yeah.
Don't have that moment of hesitation.
Our brains just process visual, and all 5 of our senses are processed very differently.
Totally.
Right?
That is fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I think that well, it's kind of for kids. I don't think I would say that about the show anymore, especially after these 2 episodes. Like this is not really a kid show in any way. Once you get past the fucking constant emulation of fucking lust. I'm sad she's gone. I actually thought she was a great villain. And I think that of the homunculuses, she's the most interesting to me because she seems the smartest. Gluttony is a little bit too mindless. Sloth, obviously, is completely mindless. Envy is an idiot. And Wrath can't be revealed for too long. Like, Wrath has to be a secret villain for a lot longer. And unless the show wants to turn the entire world on its head soon, right? Like, in my opinion, like, I have a feeling Wrath will get revealed in the, like, late 40s, early 50s kind of area of
the number,
the beginning of the third act.
Right, okay.
We'll have the second act, which is, like, you know, the arc where we discover the plan and where we put together our own plot to, like, fix Al, and all of those things happen. And then I think the Wrath reveal will be the turn into the third act.
I see.
And the like realization that the bad guys are running everything will be the, like, dark night of the soul at the end of the second act. You know what I mean? If we're going by the Hero of a Thousand Faces kind of terminology for it.
Okay, yeah.
That's my prediction. I could be wrong. Wrath could reveal himself next episode, and I would be like, yeah, sure, it's anime. They tell stories in interesting ways. But right now, I'm so in on this.
Good.
I love this show.
I love hearing that. That makes me happy.
I love it. I have complaints. I have things that I don't love about it, but, like, I think that in terms of character relationships, I don't know many animes that have done that better.
I will agree with that,
like,
yeah.
Ed and Al's relationship is one of the most, like, nuanced brother relationships I've seen in media, and I think it's so well done.
I think, like, that Cyberpunk Edge Runners has, like, that's the caliber of relationship.
I think Cyberpunk Edge Runners did a really good job in a very shortened span of showing, like, the elements of good relationship building in media.
Sure.
I think, but Cyberpunk Edge Runners didn't have to maintain that over episode and episode and episode
It was,
and episode.
what, 8 episodes? 10 episodes?
Yeah. Cyberpunk Edge
Sure.
Runners, in my opinion, has the single greatest, like, relationship building montage I think I've seen in media. Which is why the finale is so effective, is because of that montage in episode 3.
That's fair.
That sets up that whole crew as a family within 8 minutes of media, right? I think that is very effective, and Cyberpunk Edge Runners does that really well. It is a lot harder to have 20 episodes of two characters talking to one another and have their relationship feel as real world as this does.
That's totally fair.
Particularly in anime
Yeah.
or in any animated form.
Yeah.
I think that, like, the brotherly bond and the tension, the way it pulls apart and comes back together, right? There's an elastic band to it. And there's a couple of times where you feel like that elastic band has been stretched to the point of breaking and it eases up a little bit. One of them gives. I think that is so beautifully realized in the show.
Yeah, and that feels very, like, familial.
Yeah.
Very accurate.
Yeah, it's a cool show. I'm enjoying it. These 2 episodes were fucking incredible.
Yay.
Like, that was great TV.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
I want that jacket hoodie thing.
The, like, cloak?
Yeah, the red. I want it to be like a hoodie I can wear around the house.
Does anyone have a link?
But for extra tall boys. Because it'd be hilarious if they only made them for short kings. I love Winry, like, I don't want to date a man shorter than me. Have his shoulders always been so broad?
Oh, man. You know, Ed's 15. He's still got some growing to do.
16, there's still time for you. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is...
Winry. She's hungry for those shoulders.
She's hungry for something. If you want to follow us around the internet, they are children. But they're the same age, so it's fine. They can be into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
I'm happy for them too.
Yeah.
I remember being 16 and in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ended poorly. If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. You know who you are. I would love if you watched our videos. That would be hilarious.
That would actually be very funny.
Just don't show them to your kids. I think she's got like 4.
Wow.
I know, right? Can you imagine? Me with kids. Ooh. If you want, I am the child. I don't need children of my own. If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
Do something nerdy tonight, friends.
Bye.
Bye.